From wooden trainers to supersonic fighters, one Soviet-designed bureau created over 200 aircraft that shaped aviation history. This is every Yakovlev aircraft ever made. Let's start the early years. Air 1, 1927. Yakovlev's first aircraft, a two-seat biplane trainer built while he was still a student. Flew successfully but never entered production. Air 2, improved trainer variant with better performance. Led to Yakovlev's recognition in Soviet aviation circles. Air 3, single-seat aerobatic aircraft that demonstrated Yakovlev's growing design expertise in the late 1920s. Air 4, light utility aircraft experimenting with cabin configurations. Only a few prototypes built. Air 5, high-wing monoplane trainer that showed Yakovlev's transition from biplane to monoplane designs. Air 6, two-seat cabin monoplane designed for sport flying and initial training purposes. Air 7, racing aircraft built for speed competitions, featuring streamlined design and powerful engine. Now over to pre-war development. WWII, Air 14, 1936. Single-seat advanced trainer that became widely used. Over 1,000 built, training thousands of Soviet pilots. UT-2, 1937. Two-seat primary trainer, one of the most produced Yakovlev aircraft. Approximately 7,000 built before and during World War II. Air 9, experimental light transport attempting to meet civil aviation needs in the expanding Soviet Union. Air 10, liaison and communications aircraft with enclosed cabin, used for staff transport duties. Air 11, advanced aerobatic trainer designed to push pilot skills to higher performance levels. Air 12, record-breaking light aircraft that set several Soviet altitude and distance records in 1930s. WWII-19, early fighter prototype that influenced later Yakovlev fighter development but wasn't mass-produced. BB-22, Y-22, 1939, light bomber and reconnaissance aircraft, later redesignated as Yak-2 and Yak-4. Next World War II fighters. Yak-1, 1940, Yakovlev's first mass-produced fighter, backbone of Soviet fighter aviation. Over 8,700 built during the war. Yak-3, 1944, lightweight fighter renowned for exceptional maneuverability and climb rate. Pilots loved it. 4,848 produced. Yak-7, 1942, fighter developed from UT-26 trainer, served in ground attack and fighter roles. About 6,400 built. Yak-9, 1942, most produced Soviet fighter with 16,769 built. Multiple variants including long-range, tank-buster, and reconnaissance versions. Yak-9P, post-war development with all-metal construction and improved armament for transitional period. Yak-9U, ultimate piston engine variant with powerful engine and improved performance matching late-war Western fighters. Yak-1M, experimental lightweight fighter that evolved into the successful Yak-3 production aircraft. Yak-5, experimental designation for various prototype fighters testing new concepts during wartime. Yak-6, 1942, light transport and liaison aircraft, over 1,000 built for communications duties. Wartime variants and experiments. UT-26, Yak-7V, two-seat trainer version of Yak-7 fighter for advanced combat training. Yak-2, BB-22, short-range bomber and reconnaissance aircraft, early production before being superseded. Yak-4, BB-22 BAS, improved light bomber variant with better engines and performance characteristics. Yak-8, experimental dive bomber prototype that didn't progress beyond testing phase. Yak-10, projected development that was cancelled in favor of other priorities. Yak-11, 1945, advanced piston engine trainer that served into the 1960s. Over 3,800 built, exported worldwide. Yak-12, 1947, light utility aircraft for liaison, training, and agricultural work. Became extremely successful with thousands built. Early jet age. Yak-15, 1946, Soviet Union's first jet fighter to enter service, adapted from Yak-3 airframe. About 280 built. Yak-17, 1947, improved Yak-15 with tricycle landing gear and better performance. Around 430 produced. Yak-19, experimental jet fighter with nose intake, tested but not adopted for production. Yak-21, prototype designation for experimental jet fighter concepts in late 1940s. Yak-23, 1947, highly successful light jet fighter with excellent performance. About 310 built, exported to Eastern Europe. Yak-25, 1947, first designation used for experimental twin-engine jet fighter prototype. Yak-30, 1948, experimental jet fighter testing new aerodynamic and structural concepts. Yak-50, 1949, swept-wing experimental fighter competing with MiG-15. Lost competition but provided valuable data. Yak-1000, experimental research aircraft testing high-speed flight characteristics. First-generation jets. Yak-24, 1952, large tandem rotor helicopter, the flying wagon, capable of carrying 40 troops. About 40 built. Yak-25, 1952, new design. Twin-engine all-weather interceptor with side-by-side engines. Over 600 produced in variants. Yak-26, tactical reconnaissance and light bomber variant of Yak-25 family. Yak-27, 1956, reconnaissance aircraft development with improved performance and range capabilities. Yak-28, 1958, supersonic bomber, interceptor, and reconnaissance aircraft family. About 1,180 built in all versions. Yak-28P, all-weather interceptor variant serving as backbone of Soviet air defense through 1980s. Yak-28I, tactical bomber version carrying conventional and potentially nuclear weapons. Yak-28R, reconnaissance variant with cameras and electronic intelligence equipment. Trainers and VTOL experiments. Yak-18, 1946, legendary piston trainer that became standard for Soviet pilot training. Thousands built over decades. Yak-18T, 1967, four-seat touring variant with enclosed cabin for civil and training use. Yak-18P, single-seat aerobatic version for competition flying and advanced training. Yak-18A, improved all-metal trainer replacing original mixed construction version. Yak-32, experimental jet trainer prototype from late 1950s. Yak-36, 1963, first Soviet VTOL jet aircraft, experimental technology demonstrator. Yak-38, 1971, operational VTOL strike aircraft for Soviet aircraft carriers. About 230 built. Yak-141, 1987, supersonic VTOL fighter prototype, most advanced of its type. Only prototypes built. Modern trainers and sports. Yak-40, 1966, small tree jet airliner, first jet designed for regional routes. Over 1,000 built, still flying today. Yak-42, 1975, medium-range tree jet airliner seating up to 120 passengers. About 185 produced. Yak-52, 1976, tandem two-seat aerobatic trainer, still in production and widely used. Thousands built. Yak-53, single-seat unlimited aerobatic aircraft for competition flying. Yak-54, advanced aerobatic aircraft for extreme aerobatic competitions. Yak-55, 1981, single-seat aerobatic aircraft that dominated international competitions in 1980s. Yak-130, 1996, modern advanced jet trainer and light attack aircraft, currently in production for Russian and foreign air forces. Modern era and conclusion. Yak-112, light utility aircraft project for civil aviation market. Yak-152, 2016, modern primary trainer with composite construction replacing Yak-52 in Russian service. Yak-242, projected regional airliner development that remained on drawing boards. MC-21, modern narrow-body airliner developed by Successor Corporation, continuing Yakovlev's civil aviation legacy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.